few landscapes, but mostly wildlife. I live close to the refuge and I go a lot, and the main thing is with the eagles, if you go up the Androscoggin River to the lake, or even on the other side of the lake, they're almost always there. If they have chicks, then they're not only there, they're also trying to get fish every day. So you have a chance, like you can see some of the pictures there, where they come dive down and grab the fish. You have a chance, it happens probably once every week or two, that I get a chance to see that. Even though sometimes I see it far away, to get a picture is much more difficult. But as far as the eagles, you can see them sitting in a tree and they just sit there and kind of watch you.
I mean, how far are you from the eagles?
I would say easily within 100 feet. If you try to get closer, sometimes they get agitated. I find if you're in a canoe or kayak and get closer, if you're in like a motorboat or something like that, then they'll fly.
I want you to explain this picture here. I'm going to just
okay.
Tell me about this picture.
That picture was right after they had got a fish and they were feeding on it. And then when they were done feeding, they went down to the water and cleaned themselves. They have it at Pontook Reservoir on the way to Arrow. There's a couple eagles there, but they're usually farther away, and you really need a canoe or kayak to see them. If you get to the lake, if you get to Arrow, you go up the Androscoggin, and they have some that live on the right-hand side. It's a sweat meadows. There's a nest there. There used to be a nest right at the lake, but now you really go across the lake. There's a couple nests uncross, and as I say, I've seen them 95% of the time.
How long have you been doing photography, wildlife photography?
Well, kind of all my whole life, but not until I moved to Arrow that I started taking them quite a bit with a point-and-shoot digital. I had a 10x zoom, and I wasn't happy with the quality of the pictures. And a good friend of mine said, you know, you really got to get SLR with a good lens. I did that, and now it's just really been very enjoyable, and I like a lot of action shots, and
takes a lot of time, doesn't it?
I find that every time I go out, I get something different. As I say, that one with the two eagles sitting in the tree, that happened one time in now 3 years. Most times you get one eagle sitting in a tree, and as far as sitting on branches, flying, you get everything. So it's something different all the time. Some people ask me, how do you get a shot like that? I said, well, if you go out enough times, you're going to get quite different, like the one there with they're feeding. And
I'm just going to turn and take a look at this if you could.
The two eagles, well, one eagle was feeding on a fish, and his mate came over, and they were just standing there, like the mate was just watching them, and within a half a second, he just grabbed it and had finished the last bit of the day. Originally from Rhode Island.
And how did you end up here?
My parents had a camp up here since 1970, so I just once I got a chance to leave Rhode Island, I came up, and I just love it up here.
And what do you do when you're not taking photographs in the wild?
I'm retired, so I just kind of...
That's what you do?
Yeah, I camp and fish and take a lot of pictures and